Hello, this is Anne-Marie Lovejoy from Lovejoy Centre. I'm going to speak to you today on how to actually facilitate a reminiscence session and also how to actually deliver a very unique way of delivering a reminiscence session, a way that I've invented and that I use on a daily basis with really pleasing results. First of all, you need to choose your theme. So, for example, it could be a theme on, let's say, wash day. So what I would suggest that you do, prepare and get all your information regarding wash day. If you can actually acquire items, that would be really good. So in my wash day box, I have an old copper, which looks a bit like a plunger, an old tin bath, a scrubbing board, a mangle. I have an old toy washing machine, the very first ones that came out, and lots of information and pictures regarding wash day, dolly pegs, soap, all those sorts of things. So, for example, whatever your subject matter is, gather the information, get as much research and facts as possible. I would then also suggest that you think about prompt questions that you can ask people during the delivery of the session. Okay, so you've prepared yourself, you've prepared all your literature and all your items that you're going to use. So I would then prepare the place. So for example, typically it'd be in the lounge area. So build the momentum up, allow your residents to know what's going to be happening. So get a bit of a a buzz going so people have an expectation. And on the actual day, make sure you turn all distractions off, so that's the television, the CD player, etc. I would suggest that you get people to sit in a semicircle so people can actually see and feel part of the group. If there are people who are deaf or hard of hearing or who can't see very well, I'd ensure that I'd have them placed near to me so that you would be able to help them and they have a better chance of hearing you. If you have individuals who unfortunately may cause a bit of friction, I would suggest that where they're seated away from each other. So anything that would be a distraction, do your very best to try and eliminate that as much as possible. Obviously, I know and you know in a care setting that anything can happen. You can have an entourage of doctors, nurses, everyone deciding, the chiropodist deciding to turn up in the middle of your session to come and do what it is they do. I've had it before. I've had people come to turn up to give Eucharistism in the middle of one of my sessions, and the individual person didn't want to move, so they had to put a screen around them and I had to continue with my session. So you just keep on going on. So anyway, so eliminate your distractions, get everybody ready, and what I would then suggest that you do is have a table, display what items you have and information, and then just have an open question to everyone, like what could people remember about wash day, and then it just gets a thread of discussion going, and then hand around each item that you have, talk a little bit about it, what it was used for, and then pass it around, allow people to touch and feel and to share individually what memories it may stir for them. Complete this whole process with all the items that you have, and then offer up some facts and information, and then again ask open questions to people if they remember and if they wish to share, and you'll find that people will openly begin to feel confident to share and to give you their memories and experiences or whatever the topic is. A very good thing you could do as well is maybe have a little quiz, or facts and information about just about everyday things that were applicable for whatever the theme is. That's how I run a session, and just really go with the flow of it. And if you have pockets of people talking whilst your session is going on about the things you're sharing, that's a really good positive thing, because that shows that you've actually stirred up something and they're remembering. So don't get offended if people are doing that. To me, when that happens in my sessions, I feel that's a really positive, because people are actually remembering and they're actually sharing with each other, and the whole essence of what you're doing, you've accomplished it. So that's how I would run a reminiscence session. I would also say don't run it for any longer than 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how it's going. And if you feel the session isn't really moving as it should, end it. Don't be frightened to end it in a positive way, or intermix it with a quiz, so you're keeping people engaged and happy. and also getting an opportunity to deliver what you want to say. Okay, that's how I'd run a normal reminiscence session with items, and with one of the boxes. I have over 80 boxes in my collection actually of what I would do. The other unique twist of what I developed was a reminiscence mat. You have heard me go on about this. We do sell these on the website, and I actually have one here which I'll hold up to you for you. This is actually my general reminiscence mat. So this was designed for people who have dementia. Just prompt questions to ask them what they remember, what they do, and things applicable to their era. And there are different themed ones. I have a whole range of them. But what I particularly like about using the mats is that it creates interest. You're using hand-eye coordination. Everybody can get involved. The way you operate it is by placing a beanbag in one person's hand. They throw it. Whatever question it lands on the mat is the question that you would use. So, for example, if it landed on what could you buy for a penny, so you would say, what can you remember buying for a penny? And then people begin to think and may say things such as an ice cream, a loaf of bread, a stamp, half penny's worth of fish and chips, a licorice stick, anything like that. And again, it's a really wonderful thread of discussion. And so I've personally found by using these mats, I've managed to engage people who have been isolated, or just decided, or they've been very introverted, not wanted to join in, and people who've never come to sessions are now engaging and actually joining in on the sessions as well. So it's a wonderful, wonderful tool to use, and I hope you find this information helpful, and thank you for watching.